The 2016 BMW X6 M is the latest car to be taken for a spin by our very own WSJ Rumble Seat columnist Dan Neal. Is it a small wonder or just small? Hey, Dan. So you say
Hello,
you
how
felt...
are you? Good to have you back.
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for noticing.
Yeah.
So, Dan, you say you felt a little squeezed in the interior here?
Yes, indeed. This looks like a taxi to Munchkinland. You open the door and the thing's really big on the outside. It has an imposing SUV kind of profile. You open the door and it's little tiny little cabin. So my argument is they've sold 200,000 of these things since 2008. So it must be resonating with some buyer and some psychic need. My theory is that it's precisely the intimacy of the cabin, the close coupledness. It's like the heart-shaped tub in a Poconos hotel room brings people together.
Very womb-like and comforting, right?
Absolutely.
So what about the exterior? Does it get a little better for you there?
Well, it's a hash. One of the things that's very interesting. I mean, you can look at automobiles as aesthetic objects, as sculptural objects. The first thing that designers do, they have to figure out how much air to get through the thing, and that typically dominates the front end design. So this thing's got a mouthful of like fencing, and so it's kind of a big, brutal, and unsexy look. But it's nice. People like the fastback. It is a giant. I think I described it as it's a jet-propelled baby bison. It's got this huge hump in the back, and it has that kind of presence.
It does kind of look like a baby bison. You're spot on there. But what about the speed? Can this car go?
Yeah, it can go, and it goes really fast. It has all this horsepower, all this torque, 553 pound-feet of torque, all-wheel drive. It's got massive meats on it. It'll rip your head off. This is a very special car for very dangerously unhinged people with a lot of money on their hands. It's also the one of the great champions of depreciation. But as I say, people love the way they look and they love the way they drive. So if this is you,
well,
it's here.
Dan, I guess this is a luxury car, right? So who cares if there's no room for groceries? What's the price tag?
In fact, luxury, as per Thorsten Veblen, luxury is defined by its very uselessness.
There you go. And you say that this is a bargain for Americans despite its high price tag.
Yeah, this comes as a shock to a lot of Americans. They're expensive here, but try and buy one overseas. You're going to pay a higher MSRP or whatever the German equivalent is, plus taxes, plus all kinds of other fees and restrictions, plus the currency exchange between the U.S., a very competitive market, and Germany. Frequently, every time it fluctuates at all, they lose money. So the Germans are taking it on the chin when they sell these cars here, but that's where the market is.
Absolutely. All right, Dan, thank you so much for that. Always a pleasure.
Tanya, see you again.